So I did tell you that this was a 2-day set, so let's dive into day 2 and see what happens. This one is called Fried Wings 2. Now, who created it, I don't know, because if we go to the link that I put in the description below for the fried wings, and I'll put in this description as well, it's basically uploaded by someone called UncleBen, who did not create the tactic itself. But as I read through the forums of this page of the Fried Wings 433, it looks like someone else might have uploaded this version, the Fried Wings 2, but called it Fried Wings 2. This is from Billy Casper. So I'm not really sure who created it, who uploaded it, how it all works, but they're using the Fried Wings 2 tactic name, so we're going to check it out. Now, as you can see, instead of having the wingers out on the side, this is much more pushed in, almost like a drumstick. But we're going to take a look at it with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. There are a lot of changes in the shape, of course, no question about it. It's definitely different than the previous one. The player instructions. So we're going to take a look at the tactic at the end of the video. But right now, let's dive into the Premier League and see how they did. Well, Liverpool not doing quite as well this time around. However, they still come in first, 84 points, drawing with Man City. 116 goals, though, is through the roof. Much better goal differential there. Aston Villa in 8th place, 57 points, 76 goals. Now, one thing to note, this does use the same set pieces tactic from work to space that the previous one did. So hopefully we're going to see some good set piece action here. Domestically, not quite as good for Liverpool, though. Carabao Cup third round out immediately in penalties to Arsenal, and then out in the FA Cup semi-finals 2-3 to Chelsea. In the Europa League, out in the quarterfinals against AC Milan. So overall, yeah, they got first place in the Premier League, semi-finals of the FA Cup, but overall, it wasn't the greatest of seasons, and the previous tactic actually did a bit better. And it shows in the green to an extent, at least. I don't think the other one had a huge slew of green, but 34 goals for Jota, 26 for Nunez, Diaz with 20, Kanate gets 20. Are you kidding me? Salah only with 15. He actually doesn't seem like he's played a full season, maybe. But 23 assists for Szoboszlai, 18 for Trent, and average rating Nunez gets a 7.49. Aston Villa does a little bit better, I guess. Carabao Cup quarterfinals, 2-4 loss to Ipswich Town, funny enough. But they get to the FA Cup 5th round, lose to Man City 1-2. They do get a trophy, though, making it to the Europa Conference League final and beating Lille 3-2. So overall, I won't say this is a great season. I mean, 8th place in the Premier League is not good at all, but you do win the Conference League. That's something. Squad-wise, they've got some green, of course they do, but not a lot. 29 goals for Ollie Watkins, 19 for Zaniolo, assist 20 for Digne. That's very respectable, 19 for Luis. Then average rating, Lucas Digne with a 7.33. Data Hub definitely looks a bit different than the previous Fried Wings tactic. Attacking wise, they look pretty nice. Dribbles not there, shot percentage not there. Overall, though, they are exceeding in a lot of, well, pretty much everything defensively. Tackling percentages just on the mark, but still not bad. 3.05 goals per game, 1.11 conceded, and 1.03 XG against is a bit higher than usual. Aston Villa definitely looking down in a lot of attacking numbers. Usually these are through the roofs. Goals not all the way there, but pretty far ahead of this one. Defensively, yeah, they got some problems. They've got some benefits, but overall, 2 flat goals per game is pretty low for them. 1.68 conceded, 1.81 XG against. It's definitely high. Now, just to look at the set pieces, set piece attacking efficiency. Yeah, Aston Villa and Liverpool are through the roof. Defensive efficiency. Now, Aston Villa not doing quite as well. They've got a high XA against per game, but now Liverpool have a lower one. But in the middle of the road for fewer crosses, too many crosses, Liverpool a bit better in that category. Unfortunately, Villa just not doing as great. But now goals from set pieces, Liverpool through the roof, goals scored through set pieces, and really down in there in the set pieces goal against. Now Villa, where are you? Right here. You're kind of on the average mark of goals against, but you're doing, what, 3rd place in goals scored? That's not bad. Premier League stats, though, 2.21 points per game for Liverpool, 1.5 for Aston Villa. That is really low for them. Most goals, though, Liverpool with 116 through the roof. Fantastic job there. And a lot of them scored in the set piece. Aston Villa with 76. Few shots against Liverpool in 3rd with 300 flat. Most possession with 54% Liverpool. Most dribbles made, Aston Villa making the list with 600. And most shots for Liverpool with 764. Aston Villa with 543. But now this was a shaky one for the Premier League. How'd it work in the Championship? Well, again, Ipswich coming in 2nd place, only 3 points behind Norwich. Not bad, but they get tops in the goals, 133. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Now, after beating Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals, they get to the semifinals but lose out to Manchester United. They were at home with a 5-5 draw. That is insane. If they just conceded one less, maybe they could have gone through. But Bristol City knocked them out of the FA Cup fourth round 1-3. But now, overall, second place is still pretty good. You don't have to go into the playoffs. I'll take it. Semifinals, though, Carabao Cup is phenomenal. No question about that. FA Cup, whatever. And they've got some green, which is they usually don't. So, but goals 43 for George Hurst, through the roof, 17 for Connor Chaplin, assists 34 for Leif Davis. An average rating, of course, Leif Davis gets a 7.51, but of course, George Hurst is very narrowly behind. Championship stats, 2.2 points per game for Ipswich, most goals in first, of course, with 133, fewest shots against in eighth with 462, most possession with 54%, and most shots for in second with 716. So now the tactic itself, again, this is very different from the previous one, but sweeper, keeper, and defend is where we're going to start out. Fullbacks on the left and the right in attack, ball playing defenders in the central spots, a DM in defend, a CM in attack next to a deep line playmaker in support, an inside forward in attack. You do have mark specific positions, and it is that DR. An advanced forward in attack next to a deep lying forward in support. Attacking mentality, in possession attacking with is fairly wide. Approach play is pass into space. Overlap on the left, focus play down the right. Passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher. Mix crosses, hit early crosses and run at defense. In transition, regroup, hold shape, distribute quickly and roll it out. Fairly different from what we've seen before. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement. Trigger press more often. Prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Stay on feet. Drop off more and stop the crosses. So overall, how did it do for our three teams? I mean, not too bad. Aston Villa having problems, but these two teams, Liverpool and Ipswich Town, they get second place and first place. So overall, it definitely worked. However, I think the biggest things here to take away, the work the space set piece worked really well. And I think that's where this tactic really shined, is because of the set pieces. So definitely the set pieces are things to keep in mind. But now the other thing to keep in mind is these two tactics that we've tried, Fried Wings and Fried Wings 2, were created to play day in and day out. These weren't meant for holidays and, score massive points and goals. These were to play. And if you're playing, as I always say, if you play any of these teams with this tactic, you're going to do a much better job generally. And if you incorporate the work the space set piece, you might do even better than that. So Aston Villa in 8th place, you could probably bring it up quite a bit, at least to 6th maybe, if not better. At Liverpool doing very well, but you can still increase. There's 6 losses, 6 draws that you can pull from to get more points out of that. So definitely check it out. And if you have, let us know how it worked for you in the comments below. But that is it for me, Sevian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.